Hello, everybody. My name is Shubhangi Bhatnagar. I'd like to welcome you all to Upskill India, and this is your course for copywriting. So, I hope by the end of this course, you will be an amazing copywriter. So, just sit there, relax, and watch the entire video. So, if you see, if you want to cut down a tree in 4 hours, let's say you want to cut down a tree in 4 hours, what's the best way to do that? The best way to do that is spend 3 hours sharpening your axe, right? So that's an important lesson for a copywriter. Every assignment will go far better if you spend more time at the outset focusing on the essentials. Okay, so moving on to what is a copywriting? What is copywriting? So there are probably many definitions of copywriting as there are different copywriters. Every copywriter works in different ways, and as their ways are different, their approach is also different. Okay, so copywriting is the optimum use of language to promote or to persuade someone. Okay, fine. So now let us unpack the elements of this definition that I just told you. So firstly, copywriting is all about finding the optimal way to communicate. ठीक है, ये एक तरीका है, सबसे आसान तरीका जिससे आप लोगों से बात कर सके. Okay, the professional copywriter is always looking for the right answer, the right length of copy, and the right structure, the right tone, the right choice of words, etc. Okay, copywriters are conceived that there is a single best solution and they have driven to find it. Okay, so the next use indicates. So like I said, that usage of words is very important, right? In copywriters, if you want to convey something to someone, अगर आप किसी से कुछ बात उनको कुछ समझाना चाहते हैं, तो आप जो शब्द यूज करते हैं वो बहुत मायने रखते हैं, right? So indicate the copywriting is a useful art, okay, an active and creative with the practicing of purpose or persuasion. Okay, in contrast to pure creative writing principles to entertain or provoke thoughts, copywriting is all about achieving a particular outcome in the real world. Okay, we might also enjoy reading great copies, but it is when you read something extraordinary is when your mind is diverted. अगर आप ही कुछ सोच, कभी कभी क्या होता है, आपकी सोच कुछ होती है पर आप कुछ इतना अच्छा पढ़ते हो, अगर आप इतना it has so much to offer to you that your thought process also changes. आपका सोचने का तरीका भी बदल जाता है. अगर कभी किसी का कुछ पढ़ा हो, अगर आप let's say don't believe in aliens, let's say, okay, there you don't believe in aliens, but there is a writer has written something so nicely that after reading it, the way it is presented to you, everything, you start believing in aliens. So that's the kind of power a writer holds with himself or with herself, that they can change दूसरे का सोचने का तरीका बदल सकते हो अगर आप सही बहुत अच्छे राइटर हो. ठीक है, language is the raw material of a copywriter. Notice that I didn't say writing. Okay, copywriting can include any careful chosen language, including broadcast media or one-to-one communication like a telephone script. It may also include visual languages as well as verbals. Okay, the copywriters will often want to influence context and presentations. So most copywriting exists in order to promote something. Okay, it may be a product or a service, but also new ideas, okay, or a point of view. The copywriting goal is to communicate the strengths, advantages, or benefits of whatever they are promoting, so their audience buys into them. Whether literally or metaphorically, we understand that. Okay. Persuasion. What is persuasion? Persuasion means getting people to think, feel, or act in a certain way. Okay. Effective copywriting leads to the audience by the hand of crossing the stepping stone of reading, thinking, feeling, and acting. in that order precisely. Okay, so it is all about using your tools that you have, like words, thoughts, okay, to activate or to achieve an outcome that in the real world. Okay, this is ultimately is the fantasy of any copywriter, making things happen with something just by using his or her own words. Okay, so moving on, we will look at the benefits. Now, there are two types of benefits: hard benefits and soft benefits. Now, what are these? Let's get into it. Whenever you see a copywriter writing about their craft, it is safe bet when you don't get far before you see the words benefits. Okay, benefits are the keys to all the good copywriters. In a nutshell, copywriting that focuses on benefits is more persuasive, more compelling, and best sells the better. Okay, so we can define benefits simply as benefits are the good things that a product or a service does for its customers. Okay, now, whenever you ask readers to think, do you or feel when they are reading your copy, it needs to offer them something good, right? As a reader, अगर आप कुछ पढ़ रहे हो तो आप उनको कुछ अच्छा महसूस कराने के लिए ही पढ़वा रहे हो. तो आप जो लिखोगे, अगर जैसे as a reader, when I'm reading, let's say, a thriller novel, so I'm reading that to be thrilled. अगर मैं कोई आर्टिकल पढ़ रही हूँ उससे मेरे को खुशी मिल रही है, so it's a positive thing. So you always write in such a way that it leaves an impact on the reader, but a positive impact, not a negative impact. Okay? So meeting a need, the first and foremost benefit of the product or the service is meeting a need. Okay, so don't underestimate the power of starting the simple truth of your reader. Okay, you just need to state their truth in that. Okay, if your product solves a problem, make sure you know of it. अगर आप ये हम लोग प्रोडक्ट अगर हम लोग किसी के बारे में लिख रहे हैं, लाइक आई सेड, कॉपीराइटिंग इज बेसिकली प्रमोटिंग समथिंग. ओके, आप किसी चीज को प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. अब ये कोई प्रोडक्ट हो सकता है या कोई सर्विस आप कोई सर्विस आप प्रमोट कर रहे हो. ठीक है, सो अगर आपको अपने कस्टमर का अटेंशन लेना है, इफ यू वांट टू सीक द अटेंशन ऑफ योर कस्टमर्स, say the truth, state the facts. Okay, so and if your product is solving any problem, then make sure the people know of it. Make sure you write about it. Okay, your best customers are the ones who are looking for what you are selling. Okay, so make sure you cover the basics of confirming them that you have got what they want. Okay, making your copy too clear can sometimes obscure what's your actual offering, which is also fatal. Okay, so let's get into you understand what are benefits, कि आपको कैसे करना है. Now let's get into hard and soft benefits. So what are hard benefits? Then we come to hard benefits, which are the concrete benefits. Okay, these often boil down to one of the three things. First thing is save time, save money, or to make money. Okay, save time, make money, and save money. So they have tangible effects that can be measured. Okay, they are bigger, faster, or cheaper. A kettle that boils water faster than their competitive products that are there to offer, that is a quality benefit, as does an insurance policy that's cheaper than the competitors. Hard benefits are powerful because they are solid. They're based in facts and cannot be debated on. Okay, if you've got this kind of benefit, it's always worth considering whether it should lead your copy or not. Okay, either way, forming the basic of your headline or just by being mentioned very early on. तो अगर आपके पास कोई हार्ड बेनिफिट है कि आप उसमें या तो पैसे किसी की बचवा रहे हो या आपके इट्स ऑल्सो या पैसे बनवा रहे हो, मेकिंग मनी और सेविंग टाइम, ये कुछ चीजें हैं जो आपके कस्टमर आर ऑलवेज लुकिंग फॉर इन एनी प्रोडक्ट. Okay, so that is one of your selling points. So if you can put this on in the beginning of your article, or in the later, but this should also be considered to be mentioned. Okay, now what are soft benefits? Now moving on to soft benefits. However, hard benefits aren't the be all and end all of copywriting. Okay, people are also interested in softer emotional benefits such as convince, fun, style, fashion, or the sense of having made a sound buying choice. Okay, for example, when you buy jeans, you're looking for more than just the optimal cost benefit ratio. You want to be into a brand that feels good and appropriate for your age and style. So, soft benefits also come into play when you're asking readers to do something that may not benefit them in a tangible way, okay, such as making a charity donation. In this situation, the benefit is helping someone else, right? And feeling good about the choices that you have made through this. So your choice needs to emphasize on that. Okay, your copy needs to emphasize on that part of your quality as well. So quality could qualify as both as hard and soft benefit since its definition is so fluid, right? Quality आप दोनों में आ सकते हैं, hard benefit में भी और soft benefit में भी, ठीक है? So it might apply to something as concrete as builds quality in engineering. Okay, the durability, tolerance, precision of the components used in making something. But in some more objective areas of the judgment, such as graphic design, one person's concept of quality, that may be very far from another's and affected by the range of personal or cultural factors. Okay, we might say broadly that hard benefits are more important in business to business marketing. So that is called B2B marketing, business to business marketing. Okay. While soft benefits appear to consumer, okay, which is B2C, business to consumer marketing. Now, but if you're making or if you're marketing to a business, that's buying decisions will always be taken by a human. And that human has emotions, of course. So if you know how they are, who they are, so you can appeal to those emotions as well. Okay, so to need to feel that right decision has been made in a particular song, strong B2B buyer. Hence, they're saying no one got fired by IBM. So, moving on, turning features into benefits. Now, how are you turning your features into your benefits? This is something that the big companies use. So we'll look into some examples. देखेंगे कि कैसे ये बड़ी कंपनियां अपने features को benefits में बदल लेती हैं. Okay, so all features of a product or service must be turned outwards and express a benefit. Okay, using the word you is excellent way of making a benefit feel directly relevant to the reader. अगर आप यू कह देते हो कोई भी अपने प्रोडक्ट में, अगर आप बेच रहे हो या अपना कोई सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हो एंड यू से यू, इट डायरेक्टली अफेक्ट्स यू एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. लगता है कि ओ ये मुझसे डायरेक्ट बात कर रहे हैं, दे आर थिंकिंग अबाउट मी. Subconsciously you think that way. So like brands like L'Oreal, okay, so the feature that they have is improve appearance of hair, okay, and the benefit is feel attractive. So what is the copy that they write? Because you are worth it, right? There's the word of you are, okay? So there are other, Intraflora is a company which says for flowers. So what is its feature? Get flowers delivered, okay? What is the benefit? Delight loved ones. And what is the copy that it says? Say it with flowers. Right? So are you understanding the phrase that is they're using? The independent, it is a politically neutral feature. Okay, and the benefit is be seen as a intelligent person. Okay. Now, what is the copy that they use? It is, are you? Okay, so there are few things that when you read, you focus on it. Okay, which brings us to focusing on the customer. Okay, when I say focusing on the customer, I mean there are three different ways, right? Company, product, and customer. So there are three ways of focusing on the customer, which is company, product, and customer. So for this, on the way to access how well your company is expressing benefits is to think about whether there is any focus there on the company or on the product or on the customer. So we need to understand which is mainly focused on. कहाँ पे focus आपका main है? आपकी company पे, आपका product पे, या पे customer पे. Okay, imagine a conversation between a company and a customer. They are talking over a table. And which is the product being sold? It is a fairly one-sided conversation, right? The company is doing the talking and the customer is listening. When the company has finished talking, the customer will decide whether or not to buy the product, right? This essentially is what happens when a customer encounters your marketing copy. Okay, unless they get bored or turn off, they listen to what you have written, and it is one-sided conversation. Okay, now imagine a line stretching from a company through the product and then going on to the customer. So पहले आएगी company, फिर product, फिर आपका customer. ठीक है, तो क्या होता है? We might call this line as a self-sell line. Okay, self क्या है? आपकी company, और sell क्या है? आपका customer. बीच में आता है आपका product. Okay, the focus on copywriting can fall anywhere along it. Okay, then nearer the focus is to the business, the more selfish the company will be, and the less it will sell. Okay, and as it moves near to the customer, which is your sell, the more they will be mean to the target the audience, and the more it will sell. So कंपनी फोकस पे आते हैं. सबसे पहले हम लोग बात करते हैं व्हाट इज कंपनी फोकस. नाउ कंपनी फोकस इज द कॉपी दैट वी काइंड ऑफ प्योरली selfish copy. Okay, purely selfish copy is about the company, how long it has been trading, who runs it, where it is located, its principles and vision. Unless these points can be translated into different benefits, like a particular location, for example, could be helping to a customer. अगर आप इंडिया में बेस्ड हैं और आप इंडिया के ही उनको बेच रहे हैं प्रोडक्ट्स, तो आप बता सकते हैं कि मेड इन इंडिया, बाय इट, सो पीपल विल गेट अट्रैक्टेड टू इट, राइट? सो दैट इफ देयर आर पॉइंट्स, अगर आप कंपनी की बात कर रहे हैं, इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द कंपनी, और कुछ पॉइंट आप उसके एक सेलिंग पॉइंट की तरह आप यूज कर सकते हैं, तो गुड. इफ यू कांट डू दैट, देन इट इज again you're talking only about the company there. Okay, they've got no plans in the market copy. Okay, marketing copy mein they've got no place there. So this is the stuff that goes in about us on the website. आपको अगर कोई भी वेबसाइट खोलो, एक about us का सेक्शन होता है. ये सारा सामान जो मैं बता रही हूँ आपको, जो कंपनी के बारे में, वहां लिखा हुआ होता है. Okay, so people can easily avoid it. Okay, admittedly, some company facts do constitute indirect reasons to buy. Okay, being a market lead, for example, is compiling. Okay, but mostly don't. Okay, slightly less selfish is stuff on the boundaries between the company and the product, how a product was developed, the thinking behind it, and so on. That might add some value, but it is also, again, a background at its best. Okay, now when we move on to product focus copy. Now what is product focus copy? Materials on the product itself is a good, but remember that there's a straightforward factual description will also only sell to those who already are very clear about what they want and why. अगर आप प्रोडक्ट पे ज्यादा अपना फोकस रखे हो, तो इसका मतलब है आपके जो मेजरली जो कस्टमर्स हैं, these customers are the ones that are already know उनको क्या खरीदना है. अगर मैं जीन्स खरीदने जा रही हूँ, मेरे को पर्टिकुलरली वही वाली जीन्स चाहिए, उसी प्रोडक्ट की, उसी ब्रांड की चाहिए. So that is when your product has already made a name for itself and your customers already know what kind of product they want. So they will come only to you. Okay. List of features are the kind of content that might appeal to a technical staff rather than a commercial manager. Okay. However, this particular content is a good raw material, provided it can be re-expressed as customer benefits in order to sell harder. Copy about the interface between product and customer concerns how the product can be brought, how and when it's used, and what it does, and so on. Okay. So there is where the things get to start to get interesting for the readers, particularly if the text explains why the various contribute attributes are described and how can they benefit them. Now moving on to the customer focused copy. What is customer focused copy? Finally, the most powerful, we come to the copy that focuses purely on the customer. ये सबसे ज्यादा इफेक्टफुल होता है, सबसे ज्यादा लोग इस पे ही इसकी वजह से आपका प्रोडक्ट देखते हैं. Okay, this content starts with customer concerns and goes on to explain how the product will help them. In words they'll understand. Okay, आप ऐसे शब्दों को प्रयोग करते हो इस वाले में कि आप कस्टमर को लगे कि उन्हीं के लिए ये प्रोडक्ट बना है. Okay, effectively copywriting spends more on most of the time over here in this genre, which is the customer service part. Okay, or at the very least it starts here before moving across the other areas if we need it to. Okay, now moving on to negative benefits. Okay, what are your negative benefits? So when we are seeing how emphasizes on positive benefits is the key to connecting with the readers, but there is an alternative approach to this as well, emphasizing negative benefits or using scare tactics. Okay, negative copy focuses on bad things that will happen if the readers don't choose their particular product. ठीक है, अगर आप ये एक टैक्टिक है लोगों को कन्विंस करने का कि आपका प्रोडक्ट क्यों खरीदे, वो क्यों, क्योंकि अगर नहीं खरीदेंगे तो कुछ गड़बड़ हो सकती है, इसलिए यू आर टेलिंग दिस इज अ नेगेटिव मार्केटिंग बट इट वर्क्स इन अ लॉट ऑफ प्लेसेस. ओके, fine. So the sell is to tell them the negative copy focuses on bad things that will happen if the readers don't choose a particular product, service, or a course of action. The sell is to predict on the idea that the consequences of not buying will be a disaster, okay, embarrassing or otherwise undesirable. Okay, we might also call these potential outcomes negative benefits. Okay, copywriting drives by negative benefit points out of the problem that a customer has before positioning the product or the service being promoted as the solution to that of the platform, to that of the problem. Okay, now the whole product lies have been divided by this kind of a copy plot. Okay, so there are a lot of other things that we have to keep in mind. In fact, that the legendary copywriters, a lot of them like Hopkins, had invested the Fox medical terms did not hold back to the campaigning of the product. Nowadays, the sell of such products tends to be more positive. We buy in order to have a fresh breath rather than to avoid bad breath. Okay, तो बेसिकली हम लोग क्या समझे इससे कि नेगेटिव मार्केटिंग में क्या हम लोग करते हैं, आप कस्टमर को ये समझाने की कोशिश करते हो या बेसिकली उनको एक रिवर्स साइकोलॉजी में डाल देते हो कि अगर आपने हमारा प्रोडक्ट नहीं खरीदा तो क्या गड़बड़ हो सकती है, तो उस डर से लोग खरीद लेते हैं आपका प्रोडक्ट. ओके, पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव. Now, in most cases, there's a choice to be made between selling on a positive or a negative. Okay, insurance can be presented as obtaining peace of mind or avoiding financial crisis, right? Even classic disaster purchase, those that we make because we have to, not because we want to, we can be positioned positively as well. Okay, for example, buying sticking plaster could be portrayed as part of being a good parent, or there may be an opportunity to stress more benefits about the migrates that disaster of the purchase as it is. Okay, as one with a coat paint and similarly convincing products. So it is even right to focus on the negative. Personally, I think that the scare tactic needs to be used with a great care, right? You're evoking negative association and banking on the readers that take the next step to that solution, okay, that you are offering to them. So rather than simply walking away before you even get to pinch, okay? So you have to get to your pitch even before you even, so basically over here what happens is, आप किसी का एक नेगेटिव इमोशन आप अवेक कर रहे हैं, आप उनसे कुछ कह रहे हैं कि अगर आपने ये नहीं करा तो ये हो सकता है, तो एक नेगेटिव इमोशन जागा, अब उसके बाद आप अपना प्रोडक्ट बोलेंगे, राइट? सो दैट कैन ऑल्सो गो इन अ रॉन्ग वे। अगर कोई इंसान ज्यादा इमोशनल हो गया, इफ यू ट्रिगर इन अ रॉन्ग वे, then they will not even hear your pitch of your product. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, what is solving problems? Solving problems, the expectation to that role may be product that solve a well-known or a long-standing problem that the customer will definitely recognize and be interested in the product that you're giving, which is your solution to it. Okay, an example would be an online comparison site. Okay, so an example would be an online comparison site that offers to take the hassle out of buying insurance, holidays, or the other items where your choice is very wide. Here, people are well aware that the buying can be a chore by itself, right? And making the task of copywriters far easier. So there is no need to explain the problem before offering the solution. Fine. Now, attacking competitors. What is attacking competitors? The problem you offer to solve shouldn't include using a competitor's product. No matter how inferior the product is in reality, comparatively advertising on knockoff company, which actively criticizes a rival offering and another high risk tactic. However, it is one that can work in the right circumstances, okay, that provides with the right motivation. Okay, so most modern ads, if you chose the tactic of opt for, say, a comparison table that shows you or leads the fact to speaks about themselves, of course the advertisement is controlling the game by choosing the area of comparison, but can also give the impression of being impractical or less factual also. So, however, mentioning your competitors is dangerous for two reasons. Firstly, it is an invasion for the reader to start thinking about the competitor rather than you. है ना? अब हम लोग क्या अटैकिंग योर कंपेटिटर्स में क्या कह रहे हैं? हम लोग यहाँ पे मेंशन कर रहे हैं आपके दूसरे कंपेटिटर्स के बारे में जो आपके साथ सेम चीज कर रहे हैं। अगर आप उनके बारे में लिख रहे हो, कभी कभी ये चीज अच्छी भी हो सकती है कि देखिए हम इनसे ऐसे बेटर है, हम उनसे ऐसे बेटर है, पर कभी आप इतना बोल सकते हैं कि दूसरे वाले को, जो रीडर है, उसका मेन फोकस आपकी दूसरी कंपनी पे चला जाता है, आपकी कंपनी पे नहीं। Okay, so it might be a competitor brand that sticks in their head and not yours. So in a way, you're inviting them to check out your competitor before making a decision. Or if you're already using a competitor's product, your pitch implies a criticism on their choice. है ना? अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि ये शैम्पू की जगह ये शैम्पू अच्छा, हमारा शैम्पू अच्छा है, तो पहली बात तो वो लोग दूसरे शैम्पू का भी ट्राई करके देखने की कोशिश करेंगे कि या उनका दिमाग उधर जाने लगेगा कि क्या पता वो वाला शैम्पू ज्यादा अच्छा हो, या उसकी बार बार बात क्यों कर रहे हैं ये, या फिर आप वो प्रोडक्ट के यूजर ऑलरेडी हो and then I keep saying that is not good, ours is good, that might also offend you. Okay, so telling the customer that they are in wrong hands and is really the way to choose a sale. ठीक है, अगर आप किसी को कुछ सेल करना चाहते हैं and saying that आप उन्होंने जो डिसीजन पहले लिया था वो गलत है, is maybe not the right way to go. Okay, by contrast, offering to improve the situation is also great offer. अगर आप ये कह रहे हैं कि आपके ये प्रोडक्ट है पर हमारा प्रोडक्ट आप उससे आपको बेनिफिट और हो सकता है, तो एक अलग तरीका है. See, there are two ways of saying this. One is saying our product is better than other product, or saying you as a customer will feel better if you use our product. So you are main focusing on the customer now. You're making the customer believe that their life will be better if they come with us. Okay, rather than saying that आपने जो पहले choice लिया था वो खराब था, अब उसको छोड़ दीजिए, हमारे पास आइए. Okay, so make sure you understand how you will pitch yourself. Now, moving on to unique selling points. Unique selling points, strong USP, weak USP, and doing it without a USP. Now, what is this? Now, unique selling point, USPs. So, a USP or a unique selling point is a unique attribute of a product, service, or a company that customers cannot get from any other source. ठीक है? By focusing on the USPs, the revised wisdom goes and firms can differentiate themselves from competitors. Okay, where the competing product are effectively equal to the customer by primarily on the price, like sugar and oil are like, how do I say this? Basically, आपका यूएसपी क्या होना चाहिए? आपका एक यूनिक चीज होनी चाहिए. अब अगर आप शुगर लेते हो, चीनी आपको कई ब्रांड में सेम चीज दे रही है, उसमें कुछ अलग नहीं हो रहा, तो मे बी आप वहां पे अपना प्राइस कम करो अगर, तो आपकी ज्यादा बिकेगी, राइट? बट इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट iPods, there's nobody like them, nobody's making them. iPods are the only thing that's there in the market in their point of view, right? On the way they are. ठीक है, तो now that for that you don't have to decrease your price or anything, because you're the only one in the market. You are already unique by itself, right? So most marketing feature products and provides that are to some extent, okay, not completely commendicide, but not completely unique either. Okay, each product or provider probably have some unique attribute, but it's just one of many factors that affect the buyer's choice, along with the price, quality, and switching cost, etc. Okay, now moving on to strong USP. What is a strong USP? In other words, or in order to sell your USP, it needs to meet all the three of the criteria. First of all, benefit, clear, and compiling. Benefit, clear, and compiling. So what is it? Does it translate into a benefit for the customer? First question that you ask. Secondly, is it clear? Is it clear to easy to communicate and understand? Okay? Is it compiling? What does that mean? Does it have the power to motivate a switch from a rival product? Okay, so basically, what benefits is it giving? Is it clearly messaging itself? And is it compiling enough that I leave my previous product that I use and move to the next one? ठीक है, तो क्या ये तीन होना चाहिए? So the sorts of attribute that might consist or constitute strong USPs are the only product to offer a particular function. ठीक है, आप ही अकेले हो जिन्होंने ये चीज के बारे में एक सोल्यूशन दिया है और कोई आपकी तरह मार्केट में है ही नहीं. The only supplier to offer a particular range of service or a set of skills under your roof. The only product, service, or company of a certain type in a particular location. आपकी जगह, आपके लोकेशन पे सिर्फ आप ही हो, चाहे आपके जैसे प्रोडक्ट दुनिया भर में होंगे, पर आपकी लोकेशन पे सिर्फ आप ही हो. The leading or the largest company of its type, perhaps its particular location, अगर आप उसकी मोनोपोली हो आपके पास. And the cheapest product or a service of a particular type, अगर आप सबसे सस्ता बेच रहे हो आपके मार्केट में. ठीक है. The sound may be a Harley Davidson motorbike in a good example of a USP. अगर आप हार्ली डेविडसन बाइक्स को अगर आप जानते हो, तो आपको पता है जब वो आपके पास से निकल रही होती है, आपको उसके अलग से ही आवाज आ जाती है. यू नो इट इज अ हार्ली डेविडसन व्हेन इट पासेस नेक्स्ट टू यू, इवन विदाउट लुकिंग, जस्ट बाय इट्स वॉइस, क्योंकि उसका वो एक यूएसपी पॉइंट है. द वॉइस ऑफ दैट बाइक इज अ यूएसपी फॉर इटसेल्फ. ओके, सो moving on to the weak USP. What is weak USPs? However, very few products can say or claim to the killer USP like these, right? Like Harley Davidson का तो अलग ही है. And if the uniqueness isn't the be all and end all of the product of a firm you are promoting, ठीक है, जरूरी नहीं है. It's not the end of it, okay, if you don't have one. Okay, it follows the relying on the USP extensively, exclusively, does not always make the product a good copywriting one. Okay, a good marketing, a unique doesn't necessarily equal meaning to good. अगर आपके पास यूनिक है कुछ, जरूरी नहीं है वो यूनिक चीज अच्छी चीज हो. Okay, so it's not always a good thing also. Sometimes it's a normal thing. Okay, so unfortunately many firms attempt to use the USP they do have, even though they are weak. Okay, I once worked for a firm that was over 200 years old, and the point was much trumpet in the marketing and PR, since its positivity and positioned the company as an important part of the local history. तो बेसिकली क्या करने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ मैं कि अलग अलग तरीके की लोग यूएसपी यूज करने की कोशिश करते हैं. ठीक है, कि जैसे मैंने अभी एग्जांपल जो हम आपको दिया कि कंपनी में उनका यूएसपी ये था कि वो 200 साल से हैं मार्केट में, दैट दे हैव द एक्सपीरियंस, एक्सपर्टीज. पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि जो मार्केट में दूसरे लोग हैं उनके पास नहीं है ना. सो समटाइम्स योर यूएसपी डज नॉट रियली मीन कि आपने अचीव कर लिया है कुछ, या आपने उससे कुछ लोग को अट्रैक्ट कर पाए हैं उससे. ठीक है, doing without a USP. So what should you do if you don't have a strong selling point? ठीक है, अगर आपका यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट कुछ है ही नहीं तो आप क्या करोगे? It comes back to the 3 points. What are the 3 points? Communication benefits, making it clear, and compel the audience. ठीक है, ये 3 चीजों पे आपका एंड में आ जाता है. Now, communicate benefits, work out or ask what customers really value about the product, service, or the company you're promoting, and build your message around that. Don't worry if it's not unique. Very few companies have a genuinely unique to offer. ओके, तो कम्युनिकेशन बेनिफिट्स क्या है? आप अपने कस्टमर से जानिए कि उनको आपके प्रोडक्ट के बारे में क्या अच्छा लगता है, क्या चीज उनको पसंद आ रही है. आप उसी को एक अपना selling point बना सकते हैं, even though it's not unique, but it is one big selling point. Now make it clear. Just clearly and simply convey the value of offer. Okay, so much marketing falls at the first fence by trying too hard to be unique or different or clearly clever, quirky, whatever, and neglecting the audience is in the process. Why not stand out with some straight talking copy? क्या होता है, कुछ लोग अपना यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट पे ही फोकस मेन रखते हैं, आप कस्टमर पे फोकस रख ही नहीं रहे हो. So then that is a problem, right? So what you have to do is you have to make it clear कि आप क्या सेल कर रहे हो. You need to make it clear to your customer कि आप क्या सेल कर रहे हो, और उनको सीधे सीधे बताओ. अगर आप उसकी यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट नहीं है, आप बस ये बोलिए हम ये बेच रहे हैं, इससे ये होता है, बात खत्म. अगर आप वो करोगे तो लोगों को लगेगा कि हाँ, दीज आर पीपल स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड टॉक करते हैं, ये लोग सही से बताते हैं, ओ तो शायद मेरे को ये चाहिए. अब इन एग्जाम्पल लेट्स गो बैक टू अ शैम्पू, दिस थिंग. इफ आई से दिस शैम्पू हेल्प्स विद डैंड्रफ, और दिस शैम्पू हेल्प्स विद स्ट्रेटनिंग योर हेयर, और दिस इज फॉर कर्ली हेयर. अगर मैं 2-3 कह दूं ये कि दिस शैम्पू डज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इट्स मेंट टू डू. अब जैसे आई एम अ person and I want shampoo for, let's say, curly hair because I have curly hair. Now what do? अगर कोई भी ब्रांड को लिखा है मेरा शैम्पू बहुत अच्छा है, मेरा शैम्पू ये करता है, ये भी, but there's this one product which says shampoo for curly hair, मैं तुरंत जाके बोलूंगी. क्यों? क्योंकि उन्होंने क्लियरली मेरे को बताया जो मेरे को चाहिए था. अब अपने दूसरे शैम्पू में आपने बहुत बोल रखा है कि हमारा स्मेल बहुत अच्छा है, अगर आप जैसे लगाओगे आपको लगेगा आप दूसरे दुनिया में हो एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. बट इज इट टेलिंग मी द पर्पस कि मेरे को क्या फुलफिल करना है? इज इट क्लियरली टेलिंग मी व्हाट आई नीड? नो. So sometimes making it super clear about your product is also more than enough. Okay, compel the audience, give people a reason to switch with a special offer, fixed price package, free consultation, or some other variation on the standard offering in your market. Okay, so we know about all of that, and so now we will move on to the next.